In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form, and darkness filled the void. Then God said, "Let there be light." And indeed, there was light. But a greater light soon came to pass. He was to walk the earth centuries later, to be amongst men, the Son of God, the Lamb of God. He came to bring light into darkness and to redeem a broken world. It is He of whom the angels sang, to glorify the Father and for peace to reign on earth. This evening, let us once again invite and welcome Jesus Christ, the Son of God, and let us walk in His everlasting life, for He is the light of peace, the light of love, the light of salvation, and the light of hope. Let us keep Jesus in our hearts, not just for this moment, but truly through each day of our lives. Brothers and sisters, receive the light, let it touch your lives, and pass it on.
Wasn't that wonderful? Was your heart touched? If it wasn't, you don't have a heart. Have you ever heard someone say what a difference a day makes? Have you ever had a bad day? Have you ever had 2 or 3 bad days in a row? You had a bad day back there. That's good. I know, that's bad. Have you ever been in Baguio for 2 weeks and it's rained every day? Sometimes you have a bad day. Sometimes you have a bad week. But I've got news for you. What a difference a day makes. What a difference a day makes. And when that day comes, when that time comes that things kind of turn around for you, and maybe things are going a little bit more your way, do you know what we call those times? We call them blessings. And when those times come, we have to open our arms, and we have to take those in, and we have to absorb them. I believe that each and every one of us can also make a difference in someone's life. I'll share a story with you. A little boy, 8 years old. It was November, starting to get cold. It was in the Midwest in the United States where they have 4 seasons. And around October it cools down, and November it starts really getting cold. And by right now, by December, it can freeze. You can put a cup of water outside and the next morning it's ice. So this little boy in 2nd grade, 8 years old, he goes to school each day in November, and it's getting colder. But he doesn't have a coat, a winter coat, a warm coat. He doesn't have gloves. He doesn't have a sock hat to keep warm like the other children. He had sisters, he had an older brother, and the family was a little bit poor. And so what the parents were doing, almost each week, first they started with the girls. They bought them a winter coat and gloves and a hat. They couldn't get all of them at the same time. So each week as it got colder, the little boy would go to school and his classmates would say, "Aren't you cold? Where's your jacket?" And the little boy would say, "No, I'm not cold. No problem." But he really was cold. Okay. That went on for several weeks until about this exact week, the first week in December. He went home from school. He went in, to the house, and he was surprised. His 2nd grade teacher was there. His mother was there, and they said, "Come on in, come over into the living room." And so there, on the couch, were 2 sets of coats, hats, and gloves. That day, his mother had been able to go out and buy his winter coat. At the same time, his teacher, seeing what had happened over the last several weeks, went out and bought a coat and gloves and hat for him. And so there, they said to the little boy, "Which one do you want?" Now think about that. So I walked over and I chose my teacher's coat and gloves and hat that she had gotten. Now, that seems like a long, long time ago. And she had done this wonderful, thoughtful act. Okay? Now, it's not like an 8-year-old can really do anything at that time. But she planted a seed. And here's what I believe. All of us have the ability to do something thoughtful. All of us have the ability to maybe help someone along somehow. And what better time than Christmas as we gather as a community, as we recognize and celebrate the birth of Christ. Let us make a difference in someone's life, just as this service has opened our hearts, touched our hearts, and made a difference. We all can make a difference in someone's life, and Christ is there to help us do that. Good evening, and God bless you all.